Hello everyone, this is Chef Shay, and today I'm going to be doing a do-it-yourself project. It's Valentine's Day, so for Valentine's Day, I'm going to do a burlap table runner. And this project you can do with your kids. It's really fun and easy for the whole family to get involved in, or you can do it yourself if you're a crafty type person. What you will need for this project, you will need foil or some type of newspaper to make sure that your surface, whatever you're working on, does not get messed up. You'll also need some burlap. So we have some burlap here. I got my burlap from Walmart. It's about $6 for like 12 feet. And so you're going to be able to cut that burlap into whatever size you need for depending on how long you want your table runner to be. You're also going to need a stencil. So this is a stencil pattern, and you also have the heart shape that you will use with the stencil. I got this from Michael's for probably about $1.99, so about $2. You're going to need a paintbrush, which I got at the dollar store for just $1. And you're going to need some stencil paint, and stencil paint can run you about $3 to $4 depending on where you got it from, and I got this from Michael's. You're also going to need, because we're going to need to border, have a border around the heart once we do the stenciling painting of it. So you're going to need some type of yarn and a needle. So let's get started. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to do the project. So we're going to start with our stencil first. We're going to start, doing the border of the stencil, and then we'll go ahead and stitch it. So what you're going to need is, you have your plain burlap. You've already put down your foil paper, and this is your stencil pattern, and then this is the heart shape that goes over it. You're going to take your paint and your paintbrush, and you need to put a good amount of paint on the paintbrush because you're going to have to push down hard on this stencil so it'll go through to make it. And you probably have to do about 6 to 10 strokes because you want to get it in there. So you want to really get it in there to get that shape, and you want to make sure that point of it. So you're going to do this. You can wear gloves if you don't like to get your hands dirty. And like I said, this is a fun project for, kids or, what have you. And it's really cute. So you're just going to continue to do this. And you're probably, for the table runner that I did 2 hearts like this. You're probably going to need maybe 2 paints. I mean, you can probably get away with 1, but just to be on the safe side, depending on how much you're going to use and how big your stencil pattern is, you might want to go ahead and get 2 paints. So you're going to put a little more because, see, you do use a good amount. You do use a good amount, like I said, and you're just going to continue to paint this on. Use a good part of elbow grease here to really get this on that burlap and that pattern. You can do a circular motion and then dab it. I love doing arts and crafts. I like to cook, but I also like to do, have dinner parties and do arts and crafts and do, fun things like this. It's always fun for, if you have kids or, a conversation piece when people come over. So once you finish that, you're going to let this dry for about 30 minutes. So you're going to take it off, and you should have a pattern of a heart. You see where the pattern. Now what we're going to do is we're going to stitch it. So when you stitch it, it'll come out with the border around it where you'll see where the shape of the heart even comes more defined. So I'm going to move this over because I'm going to let this dry. And then I already have one ready where we can go ahead and stitch it. I'll show you. It's called a back stitch. So let me show you a little secret that I learned about yarning your needle. So you take a piece of yarn or any kind of string, whatever if you're trying to sew something or stitch it up. You'll take a little piece of paper like this, like so, just any type of little piece of paper, and you put your yarn in there or your thread or whatever you're trying to thread your needle with, and then you pinch it real tight up here, and it's just going to be easier to go through, and it'll go through every time. So that's a neat little trick that you can use, and then also you just tie it, so when you start stitching, it'll hold through. It'll stay in. Okay, so now this one has already been dried, and you see the heart around it with the point, and so we're going to just stitch around it. So what we do is you take your needle and you go from the back. That's what I said. It was a back stitch. So you're going to go maybe a couple. You see where the other design is, or you see where the stencil was, and so you're going to go a couple up, and you see that hole right there, and you're just going to pull it through. And then you're going to go at an angle. So the last one you did, you're going to kind of go in at an angle, and you're going to pull that through. You see? And you're going to keep going around. I'm going to show you a couple more on how to do this. And how I came up with this project with the burlap, anyways, I know burlap is in right now, is when I was like in 7th grade, I had this art teacher, this art project that I did with burlap, and I did a sunshine, a rainbow, I don't know, I was probably about maybe 9 or 10, and I really liked it. And so when I was, researching projects and table runners and stuff like that, I thought, oh wow, what if I could do it on burlap, a table runner on burlap with yarn? So it kind of brings back the little childhood memories. And like I said, you can do this with your kids or family, and it's just a real fun project. And so you go all the way around. I'll do one more for you. You can go all the way around. So yet again, you're gonna see where that pattern is, or where that stencil was, and you're gonna go right there. You're gonna go in, and then you're going to angle it with the last stitch you did, and you're going to go upwards in it. So it's real fun. And so you just keep going around, and then you'll be able to get this type. This will be the border of the heart. So that'll be the final project, or final, reveal, as you would say. So this will be on my website at ShaysFoodJourney.com under do-it-yourself projects. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me or give me your comments if you've done this project, and let me know how it went. Thank you.